What is going on, everybody? Taylor here, and today I have something a little different for you guys. I've been going through all of the files on my computer, trying to clear up some space, get rid of things that I don't need, and in the process, I stumbled upon a movie review that I filmed in 2016 that I didn't know existed. Somehow I completely blocked from my mind that I did a movie review and then just didn't do anything with it. So thought it might be fun to post it now and share it with you guys and kind of give you a little throwback to how I was talking about movies in 2016. Hello everyone, Taylor here. So I've never done one of these before. This is going to be my first debut into this, but I wanted to do a quick review of Captain America Civil War and have my thoughts on what the movie was like compared to my expectations and compared to kind of the other films that are out there in the genre right now. So initially I want to start off by saying that the movie was incredible. I have been anticipating the movie for months and months and months, ever since it was announced. And I really tried to not let myself get too hyped about it, just because I didn't want to go in and then feel like I was being let down. Don't want to bring too much of this into it, I guess, but that's kind of what happened to me with Batman vs. Superman. Initially, I went into it feeling like I wasn't going to like it as much as I wanted to, and that's kind of what happened. So I kind of just wanted to give myself a cushion a little bit with this one, but it just blew all of my expectations out of the water. The entire time I was in the theater, I was just so engaged and so hooked, and there were no moments where I found myself bored or felt like the story was lagging, or that there were characters just thrown in there that didn't have a purpose to be there. It was just so well crafted in the way that all of the characters were woven into the story. Even though there were so many of them, I really liked how, even though there were quite a few characters, that the focal point really was on Steve and Tony and that dynamic. And I really appreciated the way that that the fight kind of escalated. They started it off with, having everyone sit down and kind of hash it out and talk about where they were at and how they were feeling about what was happening, and just kind of putting all the thoughts out there about the Sokovia Accords and what was going to happen. And I really liked how after that, even, though they just couldn't get to a point of agreement, but that didn't, immediately lead to them punching each other and having this huge fallout. I liked how it really built up, especially after emotional and personal elements were really thrown in there for Captain America, obviously being Bucky, and his loyalty to him and having that be his first priority. And then for Tony, having it, be the situation where he feels responsible for all this destruction and the guilt that he's feeling. And then on top of that, the situation with his parents, that, ultimately just leads to that boiling over point. And I really thought it was very well done, and that they were able to tell the story in a very classy way, and it wasn't just all kind of thrown together for big action sequence purposes, which was really nice. I really liked how all the action sequences and fight sequences really had heart to them, and you really understood why each character was fighting for the side they were fighting for. I really, really enjoyed the way that Spider-Man was put into the movie. I'm really excited that Spider-Man is finally on screen the way that he should be, and that also Peter Parker is on screen the way that he should be, and that both elements of that character are done very well in this film. I really thought it was genius the way that he was brought into the film by having Tony Stark step in and, just talk to him the way that he did, and having that conversation the way that he did, I felt like was really important. And it was a great jumping off point to introduce Spider-Man officially to the MCU. I thought it was very well done, the way they had him in the fight scenes, the way that it just sounded like the Spider-Man straight out of the comics, where he's just having that banter, defense mechanism type thing going on while he's fighting. And I thought it was very smart to have Tony as his mentor, giving him limits and protecting him and being like, all right, like, you've done your part, like, go home. Like, that's it. I don't want you to get hurt. We're not going to push you any further than this. Like, you've been awesome, but go home, or I'm telling Aunt May. Like, I really, really thought that was pretty incredible. And I really, really enjoyed it quite a lot. Something else that I was really hoping for was having Black Widow kind of switch sides a little bit. I understood why she would side with Tony, even though her and Steve seem to be a lot closer than she is with Tony. But I really, really appreciated the fact that when it came down to it, she wasn't going to stop Steve. She wasn't going to fight him. She understood where he was coming from and the things that he needed to do. And ultimately, she wasn't going to stand in the way of that, which I thought was awesome because, during the Winter Soldier, it's very clear that they have a friendship that they both really needed, and they found that in each other. And I'm really glad that that still carried over to this film, and that she was still kind of watching his back and trying to help him, even though they weren't going to be on the same side of things. So I really thought that was great. I really liked the way that the film ended. I wasn't quite sure where they were going to leave it off, because Marvel always kind of leaves it where you're not nothing's completely resolved. There are still things that are going to tie into their other films that are coming out. But I really enjoyed the fact that even though, the tension between Tony and Steve definitely was not resolved by the end, that, Steve was able to reach out and say, hey, like, I'm still always here if you need me. Like, call me. Like, if anything, I'm here. And I really, really appreciated that, because I feel like that really pays homage to who Steve Rogers is as a character and the whole moral fiber of his character. So I really appreciated that a lot. I thought Hawkeye's part was fantastic. I kind of feel like sometimes I get a little worried they might not know what to do with him exactly. But I really, really enjoyed the fact that he stepped in and was like, well, here I am, just disappointed my kids. It's whatever. It's fine. I really thought that his character was great. Especially in, having him be a part of introducing Ant-Man to the team. And Paul Rudd did a fantastic job as Ant-Man. Just kind of having Ant-Man be thrown in and kind of fangirling a little bit over being with all of the Avengers and being a part of this world. And I honestly definitely need to go see this movie again. I've only seen it once, but it's only been out for a few days. So I definitely plan on going to see it again and trying to digest things a little more, because the first round, even though I went into it, kind of taming down my excitement, it was still just, there was so much going on and there was so much to take in. And I'm really looking forward to seeing it again and hopefully being able to catch some of those things that I might have missed that first time around. But thank you so much for checking this out. I don't really know how that went because I've never done this before, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please click the subscribe button down yonder. All my links will be in the description if you want to check out any of my other social media endeavors. And have a great day. So there it is. It's kind of crazy to me that I filmed that and then just completely wiped it from my mind and never did anything with it. I'm still so shocked that it's just sat on my computer, and then it took me a whole year after that to create a YouTube channel, and I still didn't remember that I filmed it or did it or anything. But thank you guys so much for checking it out and indulging me a little bit and just having some fun and uploading some random stuff. As always, all my links are in the description if you want to find me on social media. My link to my Patreon is down there as well if you'd like to donate to my channel. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for all of your continued support, and I will see you all next time.